Ghost hauntings are interesting things because where you find a ghost, you will often find a story behind its presence and why it's there. As is the case with today's video, because we're going ghost hunting. Forgive my voice if it sounds like death, because I appear to have come down with what I'd imagine is just a cold, but you never know. But truth be told, I don't care. The work's not going to do itself. In today's video, we are going to be exploring the story behind the ghost at Mount Gordo. This petrifying apparition of a lady appears near the summit of Mount Gordo between the hours of 11 PM and midnight. And in today's video, we're going to find out why. Our story today doesn't actually begin atop this mountain, it begins on the internet, on the website whokilledlenorajohnson.com. The mystery of Lenora Johnson's killer has nothing to do with this ghost, however, whilst on the website, we can find another Vinewood mystery. Blood on the rocks. Did she fall, or was she pushed? If we click on this, we get a newspaper clipping. Tragedy at the cliffs. It was an accident, claims heartbroken husband. A young husband was made a widower yesterday in an incident at the cliffs in eastern Blaine County. John Jock Cranley, 26, and his wife Jolene Cranley-Evans, 22, were walking by the cliffs overlooking the El Gordo lighthouse when a dispute ended in Mrs. Cranley-Evans falling to her death. Mr. Cranley and his wife, both of Sandy Shores, had been known to be having troubles in their marriage. Mr. Cranley apparently wanted to leave Blaine County and moved to Los Santos to pursue dreams of becoming a stuntman, while his wife was keen to stay to help look after her ailing parents and run their thriving guest house. Mr. Cranley told reporters outside the police station where he had been released without charge, "I'm heartbroken. I loved my wife. I would never throw her off a cliff, despite her desire to destroy my dreams of success and happiness." A bit on the nose, you're not really selling it here, Jock. "I will miss her always and dedicate my career to her memory." His wife's father, Jeb Evans, called for police to open a proper investigation. We will stay with this story. Now, this article, dated March 15th, 1978, makes it clear that their stance is Jock Cranley did kill his wife. But who exactly is Jock Cranley? You may know Jock Cranley as an actor and stuntman from Grand Theft Auto Vice City stories set in 1984, 6 years after the death of his wife. Here he's famous for his TV show, Stunt Double. By the events of Grand Theft Auto 5 in 2013, Cranley had moved back to the Los Santos area. No longer a stunt double or actor, he's now a politician. In-game you can find his websites where you learn that he's the conservative candidate for governor of San Andreas. He talks about his career as a stuntman and actor, and his struggles, mentioning his past cocaine addiction and the fact that he now deems masturbation immoral, but he doesn't mention the fact that his wife died when he was 26. He mentions that he's been to hell and back, just like San Andreas, but doesn't mention his wife's death. That to me seems a little bit peculiar. It's almost like he's trying to avoid drawing attention to it because it's a skeleton in the closet. Grand Theft Auto is a parody universe, so sometimes the logic of sound personalities doesn't necessarily apply. But I still find it strange that Jock Cranley would rather be relatable about his struggles with cocaine addiction than speak about the supposedly accidental death of his wife, especially considering he's a politician. And at surface level, I'd imagine having a previous drug addiction problem is far more damning. So now I suppose it's time to head up Mount Gordo and see what this ghost can tell us. Jolene's ghost can be found here on the map, not far from the summit of the mountain. If we head east of this location to a campsite down the mountain, we will be able to hear some ghostly noises. All I heard were some faint screams, but apparently you can also hear the last words of Jolene Cranley-Evans. Though I didn't get it to trigger in-game, I found the audio for it online. I'm no expert, but I'd wager those words were Jolene Cranley-Evans pleading for her life. Anyway, up at the mountain where the ghost can be found, we can see Jolene is in a state where her face appears petrified. Her eyes are popped out, her mouth is ever open. It's not a ped model, It's a texture that appears on the mountain between 11 and midnight, and if you get too close, her ghost will disappear. If the last words of Jolene Cranley-Evans are to be believed, she was almost certainly murdered. And most interestingly, at where her feet would be, I mean, she doesn't have feet, she's floating about, but if she had feet, at her feet is the name of her killer, or at the very least who she blames for her death. In red to symbolise blood, it reads Jock. Confirmation if it wasn't already obvious that Jock Cranley murdered his wife. And ever since that night in March of 1978, Jolene Cranley-Evans has been cursed to haunt the location of her demise, near the top of the mountain from where she fell, ensuring that all who see her also see Jock's name written in blood beneath her, perhaps hoping that one day she gets the justice she deserves. So what we've learnt is former stunt double and actor, now turned conservative politician, murdered his wife back in 1978 because he believed she was restricting his dreams, and under the guise of an accident, Jock Cranley got away with the murder scot-free, and has since lived a rather fulfilling life. Granted, it's the life of an arsehole, but still a life. The exact opposite of the justice Jolene Evans deserves. Bringing us to the end of today's investigation, in which we have discovered a literal skeleton in the closet of a politician. Thank you all for watching this video, I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to go ahead and leave a like, subscribe, share the channel with your friends and all that wonderful stuff, that would be super fantastic. And with any luck, I'll be seeing you all very soon with another video at some point, but until next time, take care and goodbye.